Hello, welcome back once again to product placement. So, towards the end of last year, I was looking for a specific product that I saw in the store, I want to say around Thanksgiving-ish, looked for it all through up until Christmas and partly into January until I found out that it got discontinued just before Christmas in December. So I thought I had missed it, but then as I said, I was out of town most of last month and I bought a bunch of products to bring back home with me so I'd have more stuff to try for this month. And as I was driving back home, it was like a 12-hour drive to get back here from where I was at. So I drove the whole 12 hours through, got back into town. Technically, I was still across town. It was still like a 30-minute drive from my house. But I came off the highway into the city. And I said, well, I'm getting off the highway. I'm going to stop at this first gas station right here because it was kind of the middle of the night. It was the only thing that I saw that was open. So I'm going to get out, walk around, stretch a little bit, use the restroom, maybe grab a soda or a candy bar or something. Just give myself a little energy boost for that last half-hour drive home. So I get out and I'm going to the store and walking around. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, I'm not going to run back out to get any fast food. I don't think there's any fast food between here and my house that's going to be open. So since I'm here at the gas station, let me look around. Maybe I'll grab a 2-liter and like a sandwich or a salad or something, even though it's like overpriced at most gas stations. But I was like, I just need something to get me through tonight and then I'll go out shopping the next day. So I'm walking around to the gas station. I go by the 2 liters, and there sitting on the shelf is exactly 2 bottles of the product that I tried to find last year and I ended up missing. Don't know why this gas station still had it several months after it had been discontinued, but they did. I didn't really want to spend that much money at the time, but I was like, you know what? It's here. I'm probably not going to make it back over here again anytime soon to get it if I second guess it. And I do still want to try this flavor. So I went ahead and grabbed it. Ended up paying about 3 times what I would have paid for it if I were just got it the first time I saw it at the grocery store. But I splurged a little bit and got the product so I can finally try it about 4 to 5 months after it's been discontinued. So hopefully it still tastes okay. Hopefully it hasn't gone skunky or anything like that like some sodas do. But I tend to see that more in non-name brand sodas than I do in name brand sodas. So I think we'll be okay here. And in case you haven't figured out from those clues and watching my past videos, today's product is once again in the 7-Up line, and that is 7-Up Shirley Temple. Now, as you can see, this is a 2-liter. That was the only way I saw this. The internet did say it was available in 20 ounces, but every place I saw it, it was always in a 2-liter, which is why I hesitated to get it where I first saw it because I was still looking for the 20 ounce. But I never saw the 20 ounce, always saw in the 2-liter. So I went ahead and splurged on the 2-liter because that was the only way I saw it. And like I said, it showed up almost 5 months after it's been discontinued. So I'll pay a little bit extra just so I can try it for the video. So, what is Shirley Temple? Or como label, this is not just cherry 7-Up. So if you're thinking, oh, I saw that in my store the other day, what you probably saw is cherry 7-Up. This is not cherry 7-Up. This is listed as being cherry and pomegranate. Now, as far as the name Shirley Temple, a little bit of a history lesson from what I remember of that. So a long, long time ago, back when the world was still in black and white, there was this adorable little girl that was like 3 foot tall or so, and she was a film actress, and her name was Shirley Temple. Now, Shirley Temple was such a big star, even as a child, that she would often get invited to big Hollywood parties that normally only had adults at them, and she would attend them to mingle with her co-stars and meet with other studio heads and try to get different roles in different films and whatnot. But she always felt a little out of place because all the adults always had martinis or some other type of drink, a scotch or an old fashioned or whatever. And she always felt out of place because she was a kid and couldn't drink. So the story was that a bartender at one of the clubs that they were at for one of these Hollywood parties made her a non-alcoholic drink that was like lemon lime soda, cherry, and ginger ale or something like that. I don't remember all the exact ingredients. I should because I used to be a bartender. But I missed them on screen somewhere. So he made this little drink and gave it to her so she could have something to carry around that looked like a cocktail but was non-alcoholic. And of course, since he made it for her, he named it after her. So anytime somebody wanted a non-alcoholic drink, they would come and say, hey, give me a Shirley Temple, and he would know what to make him. And according to history, the Shirley Temple is also believed to be the very first mocktail. And now we got a lot of mocktails like non-alcoholic highballs or non-alcoholic old fashions, or like a friend of mine used to go to this tea shop regularly where they made mocktails, but instead of alcohol, they would use different blends of tea, but they could actually make it taste like a mixed drink, just non-alcoholic. So Shirley Temple being a big Hollywood star at the age of like 5 or 6 or whatever she was at the time is the reason that mocktails even exist. Now, there are variations on the Shirley Temple as well. There's the Roy Rogers, where they replaced the lemon lime soda with regular cola, but other than that, it's basically the same drink. I'll put those instructions up on the screen as well. And of course, that was named after another child star, but his drink came after Shirley Temple. So Shirley Temple's was first. Then they kind of adapted different drinks to different child actors based on their flavor preference. Shirley Temples are said to be slightly sweeter than some of the others. So again, it just depends on your flavor preference as far as which one you would order. There is one other little bit of history to Shirley Temple, but I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but I've heard it enough that I think it probably is. And that is that the reason that the bartender garnished it with a maraschino cherry is because it was a virgin drink. For those of you who don't know alcohol terms, virgin basically means no alcohol. And since it's virgin, it has its cherry. There is a variant on the Shirley Temple, although I don't remember the name of it, where it's basically a Shirley Temple without the cherry. And it has some other name that's supposed to be a pun on another actress who's known to be promiscuous. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'll have to look it up again. Details on the screen somewhere if I can find it. But that is the history of the Shirley Temple. And now 7-Up has made a variation of cherry flavored lemon lime soda, but they want to distinguish it from the regular cherry 7-Up, so they've added the pomegranate to it. So enough of the history lesson. Let's crack this open and see what we think. Lids off. Let's give it a small taste. I know that the cherry flavoring that you put in a lot of cocktails, which is called grenadine, is actually not cherry, it's pomegranate flavored, but this doesn't smell like that. I'd say this actually smells like natural pomegranates, like if you got one, ripped it open and smelled it. That's the smell I'm getting out of this versus the processed syrup smell of grenadine. I don't get much in the cherry out of it at all. It has a little bit of a chalky scent to it, but not quite in the blue raspberry type of chalk scent that I normally get. But yeah, overall, it doesn't smell the way I thought it would. And I'm not quite sure how to put into words what it actually smells like. So since I can't articulate what it smells like, let's go ahead and give the taste test and see what we think. And don't worry about me drinking out of the 2-liter. I'm the only person drinking it. So I'm going to be the only person who ever puts my lips on it. So you don't have to worry about me spreading germs. All right, here we go. Cheers. Tastes better than it smells. So overall, it does taste like a cherry 7-Up, but it has extra cherry, if that makes sense. So if you've ever been to a restaurant where they have like normal cherry Coke, like out of the fountain drinks, like McDonald's or something like that, if you taste that versus going to say, I know a long time ago, Denny's used to actually make cherry Coke with like regular Coke and they would put a splash of grenadine in it. And that has a lot more distinct of a cherry flavor, even though it's pomegranate instead of cherry. That cherry flavor is a lot more pronounced than the processed, like McDonald's fountain drink or bottled cherry Coke. So this is like a cherry 7-Up, but you added grenadine to it to give it that extra, almost more natural cherry flavor versus a regular bottled or fountain drink. It does have a little bit of a aftertaste that's a little on the tangy side, but not in a bad way. Like the one I did before, the 7-Up Endless Summer, that had kind of almost a tart aftertaste. This one isn't tart, it still goes down smooth, but it's got a little bit of a punch at the end. Like, oh, here's a little pop of something. Like I said, kind of a tangy taste versus a tart taste. Overall, I do like it though. I am actually not disappointed that I had to get this in a 2-liter because I definitely will be drinking more of this and I will finish this 2-liter. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. So again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Links are in the description. Ring the bell. Make sure you get notifications every time I post new content. And until next time, cheers.